Hello everyone, this is a quick video for swapping over the batteries for the Volkswagen T6 Transporter. This one I've got here looks like the original one. It's got the original part number on it, and it is a bit lazy, so when you're starting it does feel a little bit lazy. So I bought another battery, and I've bought this one here from Tanya Batteries, and it is start-stop battery because we've got a start-stop. It's 12 volt, it's 70 amp hours, 650 amp cranking. It's an 096 EFB, so that's the size. So the size is exactly the same as this size here. So in this video I'll show you how to physically change the battery. After changing the battery, you'll have to code the van to the battery. Now the reason why we have to code it is because think of the van as a smart charger. So the smart charger of the van, the smart charger will look after the battery for you. So over time your battery degrades and your van will change the its charging cycle and everything to suit the battery. So as the battery degrades, gets older and older and older, the way it charges will be suited to the older battery. If you fit the new battery in now without coding it, the van will still think you've got the old battery in it, and it won't charge the new battery up to the optimum cycle that it needs, okay? But I'm going to show you now how to physically change the battery, and in another video I'll show you how to code the new battery into the van, okay? So looking at mine here, I've got this here on mine, which is screwed into here, which doesn't really get in the way, but I can take that out with it, no problem at all. You'll need a 13mm socket to get this bracket on here, and you'll also need, I think it's a 10 or a 13 on these here. Now it's vitally important that what you do is that you take the earth lead off first and you replace the earth last. Now the reason why we do that is because if you take the live out first and you have a socket here and you touch the socket against the bodywork here, you will get a spark across, and it potentially dangerous for your battery to explode, okay? So what we do is we remove the earth first, remove the earth off, and then you're free then to take the live off. It doesn't matter then if your live touches the body once your negative's removed, okay? So let's start on the terminals now. Let's take the earth terminal off there, okay? Okay, 10mm socket on there, that's loosened that nut there, and we can just lift that off there now. So that's your earth removed, nice and safe. Tuck it down here, out of the way. Be careful of this little wire here, okay? So just move it out of the way, don't let it touch the terminal, out of there. Now we can remove the live, and as I said, you can't, it doesn't matter if you touch the body now with a live because your earth isn't connected, so you're free to undo this one here. If I'm strong enough, yes I am. You can undo that there, 10mm socket, that can now come off there. There we go. One thing to note before taking your terminals off, of course, is if you've got an aftermarket radio, you need to remember the code. If when you remove the battery you lose the code, that's the only thing really. If you've got the genuine Volkswagen van head unit, you don't need to remember the code. It'll know what the code is, okay? So both terminals off. Now we need the 13mm socket at the bottom there to undo that screw there. Okay, that's the bracket out the way. So all it is really is a bolt that goes through there, through into there like that, and it threads into the bottom there. You have got the back here, you've got like a notch at the back, and that's where this fits at the back there, okay? Into there, get rid of that. Now you grab the battery by the handles, you slide it out towards you. Can't do it with one hand obviously, but you slide it towards you, and it'll come out of the notch that holds it in the back there, and then I need to wiggle it out just to make sure that I clear that there. If you've got a bigger battery, which I've got quite a big Bosch here, which is that one there, that's a bit bigger than the one I've got there, And if you wanted to remove this plate here for any reason, if somebody's put something like this or big bulky or anything on here that you can't, you physically need to move this here, you have got a screw in here, torque screw in here. You'll have to lift this plastic, so what you want to do is put your fingers behind here, lift that up, and you'll find you'll have a screw here. Okay, once you undo that screw here and screw there, that plate will slide up and you've got loads of room then to move everything about whatever you want. Okay, but I'm happy as mine is now. Just undoing that bolt there, slide it forward, I can lift that battery out now. Okay, bit of a wiggle, but the batteries are moved now. You can see that the battery pushes underneath his lip here. That's what locks the battery in the back. Now's a good time to give this a good clean. If you've got any leaves or anything in there, just give all that a good clean in there. Inspect the cables, anything while you're down here. And the new battery, I forgot to show you, you should have one of these that goes over the live terminal. It should sit there. Your new battery, you'll need to take these off, of course. I'll need to pop them off there before putting it in. There's one off. Probably can't take that one there off, but there we go. We'll have to get it off after. More likely, you probably will have, or hopefully, you will have the this it's like a cover that goes over the battery from your old one, and that will fit the new one, unless you've got a bigger battery. And I think you can get these for a bigger battery as well, but I'm going to replace this with this one here. I'm just going to lift that in now and put it back into here. Okay, so that's my new battery in place here now. You want to make a note of what your figures are on there for when you're coding the battery. So we need to put our bracket back in the bottom here, remembering to put the notch at the back like that. Make sure the battery is fully pushed back and locked in, and then you can put your 13mm back into there then. Okay, so with your battery nice and tight at the bottom there, you make sure this is down flush like that all the way around, nice and tidy. You've then got this here. Now this fits over that like that. You'll probably find this is down here, thrown in here somewhere, usually that someone's changed the battery and they forgot, or not knowing where that goes back, but that does fit on there. Okay, so as we remember now, we're going to do it backwards. We're going to fit the live first. As you can see, the live goes over and sits inside here. It's also a good idea to, if you've got any terminal lubricant, to use it now on here, but as I'm just doing this video to show you, I haven't got in his hand, but I'll show you. That needs to be down firmly there, and then we can just use a 10mm socket to tighten that onto there, nice and tight. That's that one done there. And then finally we can connect the earth. Okay, so when connecting the earth, just go quickly on, tap on like that, and then you'll hear the you'll actually hear a little tiny whistle. That's your modules just coming up live. Okay, just tighten this one onto there, and that's that done. Make sure again that this is down flat. You probably want to move that down a little bit and work it down just so it's a bit more flush than that, and then just tighten the terminals, and that is how we physically change the battery. What's left to do now is, of course, is to code the battery. So you're telling the van you now have a new battery, and it is, and what amp hour the battery is. Some of the codings actually tell you if it's a genuine Volkswagen battery, there will be codes on the battery, a serial number, to tell your to tell the van what battery you've replaced it with. Mine isn't a genuine battery, so I'll have to manually put the figures in. Okay. Okay, so that's how you physically change the battery. It's quite easy to do. Just be careful with the terminals, like I said. Always disconnect the negative first, do the live, and then when you replace it, you do the live first and reconnect the negative last. Okay everybody, thank you very much for watching the video, and I will do a video later on how to code the van to the new battery. Please like and subscribe if you like it. Thank you very much.